What's going on, everybody? Happy Veterans Day. It's SafeWord.
Hey.
Wow.
All right, you guys know what it is. This is SafeWord, your platform for teaching, learning, and opening the eyes of our audience to the world of kink, BDSM, and relationships. I am your host, Mr. Kane Marcos.
And I am your other host, Miss Aurora Storm.
And I am your co-host, Callista Fury.
I be the other co-host, Knight Wagner, on location.
On location. All right. Well, if you watched our last video, you have no idea what we're talking about tonight. You had to come tonight to figure out what we're talking about, so stay tuned.
But first, make sure you like and subscribe for more content on kink, BDSM, and relationships.
Kane, I didn't see your hands. Where's your rainbow hands? All right. So first and foremost, we need to say hello to our A1 since day one, the guy that rocks with us on everything. Social media here, all of it, hits the bell, likes, subscribes, comments. So, SafeWord crew, would we like to say hello to our A1 since day one? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey,
Roy.
So here's the deal. If you want your shout out like Roy gets every Friday night, all you gotta do is like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, hit that bell. But here's the deal. We just landed here and you have no idea what you're watching. Well, this is sad. Because this is SafeWord. And here on SafeWord, we have a safe word of the day. We use this safe word to stop, halt, and completely put a pause on all topic of conversation. So, SafeWord crew, would we like to let everybody know what the safe word of the day is? If you don't know, it's right here on the board. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Salute.
Salute.
Yes, salute in honor of our veterans today for Veterans Day. But safe word, sometimes we're saying the safe word and people aren't shutting the heck up. So what the heck do we do? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Pow. All right, so throw up that symbol. Make sure you say the safe word of the day, which is salute, so that everybody knows what it is. Hey, Mr. K. Marcos, do we have Kink? Oh, wait, hold on. This is a whole Hot Topic Live. Hot Topic Kink news. Let's bring it to them.
Alright, so thank you so much. Yep, just like Miss Aurora said tonight, we are just going to be doing some Kink news. I found some stories. I found a grip of them, so I thought, what better way to kick off Safe Word Break. Again, if you're watching this and you were excited to see us next week, you probably won't, at least not live. We are going to be coming to you, bringing you guys some new additional content. Just probably won't be doing the Friday lives until after the holidays. We got families too that we don't want to hang out with, but have to. So,
But have to.
Speak for yourself. I don't got nobody to hang out with.
A lot of run involved.
I'm be hanging out with random and strange. How you doing, baby?
don't be too discouraged. We are going to be bringing you guys some content over this break. You might see the debut of some of our little slide-off, spin-off shows that we've got planned and in the works. So be on the lookout for that. If you're not already liked, subscribed, following us on social media, make sure you do that so you can stay up to date on everything that SafeWord is going to be doing over the break. All right? So, getting into it, like Miss Aurora said, it is Veterans Day. So first and foremost, we would like to just offer our deepest and greatest thanks to all of our veterans, everyone serving in the military, overseas right now, fighting the good fight, and doing everything, doing the mostest. So, big up to you guys so much.
Salute. I'm going to let you continue. But we got 2 service members on this crew. So I don't think it's right that you introduce Happy Veterans Day birthday to the military service members when you are one, Kane. So here's the deal. I think we all need to just give a round of applause and a salute and a happy birthday for keeping our country safe. Mr. Knight Wagner, Mr. K. Marcos, they are service military members and they have been here the whole time keeping your country safe so that you can have kink, okay, and freedoms. All right, so just wanted to put that out there. Go ahead, you can not say it to everybody, but I just needed to salute to the 2 people on the show that actually are service members. So thank you guys so very much.
Oh, yeah, appreciate you guys. All right, so getting into it tonight, I got some fun stories for us, and I hate to say fun just because some of them are, some of them aren't. So don't be like, oh my god, he thought that was fun. All right, starting it off, kicking it off tonight, we got this 81-year-old man in Japan who
Okay.
was. Have you heard this one night?
And I was like, okay.
Nope. No, but Japan,
It's like, wait, 81-year-old man in Japan. Okay.
Japan, I'm like, this would be good.
All right.
This would be good.
We're good. We're good. Let's what do we got?
Oh, man, I feel bad for you guys. Like, all right, so this 81-year-old.
You didn't even get into the story yet.
Had a 79-year-old wife. They've been married for 40 years. She's been wheelchair ridden for all of it. And I guess he just got tired of taking care of her because he dumped her off of a pier. And
Wait, what?
she is no longer
Wait,
with
what?
us.
Why? Wait, hold on. Salute. Why did you say that so gosh darn calmly? You know, guys, he guess he got sick of her and he just threw her off a pier. Like,
Well,
I mean, how else-
no, I mean that makes perfect sense to me. It's
I
Japan.
mean,
Like you probably said,
someone to just throw bitches off the pier? Like,
you
bye.
have outlived your usefulness. She's like, I'm afraid I have dishonored you, my husband. And then off she goes.
well, I don't even think she had a
I
say
did
in
not
that.
fold your underwear. Where you're
The
right.
nature of her disability is like she's kind of confined to this chair. Don't really have a whole lot to. But I mean, according to police reports, there was a couple of boatsmen doing some fishing, and they found a body in the water. So they called police. Police took the body to the hospital where they confirmed that she was deceased. They went over to the home that was on record. Spoke to the 50-year-old son of the couple, who said, "Dad says he threw her into the sea."
And
So-
son didn't even say anything.
Goodness,
The son-
right?
the son-
Like, wait, what?
Wait. Salute.
Oh.
Hold on. How do they know that wasn't her final wish? And she wanted to be like, oh, you know what? When it's my time, I want to go to the sea. And he couldn't make it to the sea because he's 80. So he's like, this is good enough. Enjoy.
Gosh dang! Moral of the story: do not marry Knight. He's gonna dump you in the
Right?
nearest fucking puddle. He's like, "You want an
Clear,
ocean, bitch?
clear.
This is an ocean." To the ants.
So, they arrested Hiroshi Fujiwara on suspicion of murder. He has reportedly admitted to the allegations and hinted that he was tired of caring for the victim.
Oh, come
Oh
on.
no! Oh
Put
no!
her in
No,
a
that's not
nursing
okay.
home.
You're
Oh my
There goes
what?
my whole theory.
Right? Until death do you part. Watch this. I'm gonna make it happen early. Like what?
So, I mean,
Really?
I really just wanted to round table this with you guys, just because I mean, I think we're all on the same page as far as like it wasn't a way to kind of to handle this. I mean, there's other ways. I mean,
No.
you took a human life. I mean, you dirty motherfucker. Like,
And then the
Right?
thing is, they have a son. They have a son who's 50 that you apparently, according to the story, lives with them. And in their culture, the youth takes care of your elders. You know,
Yeah.
so
Right.
that's kind of
Right.
their burden. Sounds weird.
but not a whole lot more developing on that. Just that he was 81, she's 79. Dumped her on the pier on November 2nd. November 3rd, he was arrested. Took care of her for over 40 years. And when he was arrested, he admitted to the whole thing, saying he was tired of taking care of her. So,
I love that Japanese honesty. To be
Well-
fair, they do live a long time.
To be fair,
Oh my God.
please.
Like the oldest person in
I
the world
can't.
is Japanese.
I can't.
you know,
I really can't
No.
with you, just so you know.
I hate to say it, but I mean, I've worked in nursing homes, and while I've never thought of, just like cutting some old timers' time early, I can't imagine what this person was going through. I mean, the psychologist in me has to believe that this person was on the edge of a mental break, and he thought this was the only viable solution. So, for one reason or another, this guy thought that this was his only way out. So, do we agree with it? Do we like it? Do we Are we
No.
congratulating him for it?
No,
Absolutely
what
not.
are we Yes, yes. Please just dump your wife off the pier when you're done taking care of her. This is no longer The Notebook. We don't put out romantic comedies. We just
Like
put
Lex-
out, hey,
but
you
like
sick of the
Lex said,
bitch?
how do we know
Dump
she
her off
didn't
the
ask
edge.
for it? How do we know she didn't ask for it at the time?
That's what I'm saying.
Did we dumped off the fucking what? What?
She wanted a long walk, and his eyesight wasn't that
stop
great,
it.
and
At
he
sunset?
misjudged.
Oh, just
On the
no.
You know, she's like, can you get me closer to the edge? And he's like, yeah, whoops.
But you know, I'm gonna go ahead.
I said,
I'm gonna go ahead and say like Japan isn't a sparsely populated area. I mean, I've yet to see an area of Japan where it's not always bustling with activity. So how do you do this and not have at least 10 credible witnesses saying what the
People mind their business in Japan. That's why. Because there's so many people, they make the bubble a lot smaller.
okay, so totally off topic comment. Well, it's not completely off topic, but I got a comment here. Mr. Roy said, the oldest person is not Japanese. Lol.
She died.
Aurora and her demon self is not Japanese. Thank you, baby. No, I'm not Japanese. No. Black don't crack, baby. Black don't
Wait,
crack.
did he just call you the oldest person?
I think so.
And that's fine. That's cool because I still look young. That's fine. You know what? Just so you know, Mr. Roy, Knight is older than me.
Lies. Don't listen. Don't listen. Don't listen to her.
All right.
I had to be somewhat older than me.
Rounding out tonight's hot topics, I wanted to bring the ladies something and get their opinion on it, just because it is a very controversial issue that, again, it kind of goes both ways. Have you guys heard of the latest trend? And there's so many damn trends nowadays. This one, who knows how old it is?
It's hard to
but
keep up.
Barely,
Right.
Starting to gain popularity. Have you guys heard of trad wives?
Like a
lies?
triad? Wait, hold on. Like a triad? Like three
No,
people, like
trad.
two wives, and like a guy?
Trad. I'm not that illiterate. Not triad. Trad, like short for traditional.
Trad.
Like
No,
Brad.
what's
Brad
the
trad.
Trad Brad wives. No.
The latest
No.
movement gaining steam is a trend called trad wives, and these are women that are kind of, I don't want to say fighting the feminist movement, but they're the ones that don't have a problem playing the traditional housewife role of being a homemaker, taking care of the family. doing
Don't
things
worry,
like-
darling, kind of
Sign
wives.
me up. Sign me up.
Where do I sign the dotted line?
Well,
Yes,
so-
I
and that's part of it. Is the whole deal with these trad wives is that they're very open and forthcoming with saying that they don't have a problem filling the role of a traditional housewife so long as a man is taking care of everything. So
I mean, what's the problem with that? There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think it's breaking the feminist movement.
No.
Females are females. They have a caring nature. Like if that's what they drive towards and are guided to, that's what they want to do. They want to raise children and stay at home and not work. Then that's more power to them. If a guy
That's
wants,
what
to
in the
fine.
history of the last 80 years, has anyone been allowed to do what the fuck they want to do and be okay with it? Somebody else.
You know
No,
what I
this
mean?
is why there's all these groups. This is why there's so many letters on LGBTQ.
And it's just and
No.
that's just it, is these traditional wives want to be traditional housewives and not be judged for it, but they're catching a lot of backlash from other women saying
See,
"Why do you
that's
want
what
to
I
do that?"
cannot never understand about the let's say feminist movement, because they talk about equality, they talk about being able to make your own choices, and then when people want to choose things that they don't agree with, then you're a problem.
Well,
It's
then you're the
defeating purpose.
asshole. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this one only because my mother is a feminist. So I know what she would say in this moment. She'd be like, okay, yes, people, like have the right to do what they want to do and whatever. But if we're fighting for something, we're trying to put something forward, we're putting our blood, sweat, and tears into this movement. When you have other people, it doesn't matter if it's a race thing, a sexual thing, whatever, other people going back to the way that it was, it makes your movement, your fight, your drive towards it less valuable. Does that make sense? Because there's people sitting in that same group going, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't. So like a lot of people will get sour about that. And I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just, where some people
but not everybody wants the same thing. Like you can understand. It's like, hey, we want for like, let's take the black experience, right? So let's say we want all black people to vote. Okay, back in the day,
Right.
we want the ability of black people to vote, and some black people are like, I don't care about voting. Like I don't blame them for like, oh, you're holding us back. You have to vote too, so that we can all vote. No,
a
they
lot
just
of people
wanna vote.
do. A lot of people do. Okay, and that can even go into the lesbian, gay community. Okay, for forever now we've got all these labels: pan, trans, blah, 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 blah. I'm not into. I'm androgynous. I'm not into sex. I don't have. There's all these labels, right? But still, with all these labels, the LGBTQ, right? That was the original.
IA plus.
B, okay? I have my mom who is gay as the day is long, lesbian as butch, okay? When I came out to her, go, stop riding the fence. Pick a motherfucking side. You can't sit on the fence and just teeter-totter on the motherfucking fence like, Aurora, I need you to pick one side or the fucking other. Like, there is bias that happens on any side. And people that are trying to fight for a right see it as you are dragging that fight the other direction if you are staying within the norm. That's how a lot of people see it. I would have to say that.
Back to the trad wives things. Where can I sign up? And I don't want to wear.
Well, is there
I
a
don't want
sign
to
up
wear
list?
like the 50s housewives dress. I still want to wear
That's
my
cool.
yoga pants. Is that allowed?
Yeah.
Right? Do I have to wear makeup?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
I just want
Is it
No.
once a month on the anniversary that the blowjobs
No.
happen? I mean, like,
No.
when is this happening?
so
You have to
when
follow
I
the rules.
get married, BJ stop and everything because I got married. I don't do that no more. So why you
That
get
is true.
married?
That is true.
So,
You have to be
Right.
I just
upstanding Christian woman.
I just want to make a quick point real fast, and I know we're all in different locations, but just play along, right? So for
Oh, I like playing. What are we doing?
for the sake of this improv, we're all in the same room, all right? So let's get something to eat. Where do you guys want to go?
Somewhere where tacos are.
Okay, not where you want.
Sushi.
Yeah, I'm either where tacos or the wings are at, or like some sushi.
Mm.
Dude, sushi.
All right, so you can't get 4 people on a podcast to agree on where to eat, and you want 300 million people to agree with like a trad.
Yo, here, wait, hold up. The girls got the tacos down. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
they
boys,
got
where we
tacos.
going to
They
eat?
did have the tacos.
Yeah.
We
And
eat
to be honest,
tacos. This is
I
a
haven't
kink
had a
show.
good
Wait,
taco here
hold on,
in
salute.
Europe for a while.
Salute. This is a kink show. Yo, boys, y'all eating tacos tonight?
Well, the woman said it, so yeah, I guess now we fucking have to. So otherwise, this shit'll go on for hours.
Let me get that double stuff.
I need the gordita.
Did we want tacos? We're gonna go
Yeah.
along with it just because it's the easier fucking way. Same thing with like
It's
the
like,
way I see like the trad wife movement and all this other stuff is like it's not enough for somebody to be happy with doing their own little thing. The second
Yeah.
somebody else finds out about it and disagrees with it, now all of a sudden they have to demonize it. And
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Their ultimate goal is to get you out of what you thought was right and on page with what they think is right. And
Right. Prove me wrong. It's the prove me wrong movement. That started back in like what? 2019? Like I just know
earlier
all
than
the
that.
kids were like, yo, here's my stance on prostitution. Prove me wrong. And it's not even where they're sitting. They just want to have a debate.
wanna
It's
have
like
that
join
debate.
debate class. This is what
Yeah.
debate was for in my day. Okay.
But I mean, you can't.
No, because even then, debating you had certain rules, and you needed,
Right. You couldn't go fast. Yeah.
Like, so ask the dudes because of course we're probably not going to give the best opinion on it. But I mean, from you ladies, I mean, like if you had a friend who was trying to go the traditional housewife style, would you try to talk them out of it? Would you try to understand it? Would you?
It's the
No,
South.
Here's
Hell no.
my deal. Okay, go ahead, Calissa. Go ahead.
Hell no, I'm asking her if her husband has a friend. So
Does your husband have a friend that has
Yes.
money that will
Yes.
treat me the way he's treating you?
yes,
Does he have a brother?
Yeah. On a serious note, though, I am very flexible in that way where I could very much easily be the traditional housewife, stay at home, all of that. I can also bust my ass and go to work, and you can be the stay-at-home husband.
Yeah.
Either role I am comfortable at, but I need to know so I can commit to one or the other.
Yeah, see, and that's
Right.
equality. That's
Right.
equality.
Right. Communication. Let me know what we're doing.
Yep.
'Cause, you know,
Yep.
a very good point. And I watch a lot of these these manosphere programs for content, and the women they bring on there, right? Yeah, the women they bring on there, they often say that, what they bring to the table is they support a man, and they, they bring him up, and they're gonna do this and they're gonna do that, and that's why they deserve, a high value 1%er, because they're gonna bring him up. They themselves are talking about a traditional relationship. Like in their mind, they think they can go buy Fenty and go shopping and do all this stuff with this money. But that's what they're saying. I bring to the table the fact that you work, you're going to be DJ Academics, and you make all the money, and I'm going to support you in that by staying at home and spending that money, but not doing much.
Wait. Let's put this different because okay. So, and I love that you put it that way because that's the way it's laid out. But for a lot of women that sit in that position, it's I'm breathing life into my man so that he can go to work and deal with the bullshit. I'm, making a home, creating a home where if this was just you at your home, it'd be barren and you wouldn't know what to do with it. There's a lot of guys, you know what I'm saying? So like women come in and they're like, okay, I'm going to make a home. I'm going to make something so that you come home from your work day and you unwind. And here's your home. Here's where everything gets let go. You know what I'm saying?
And why is that bad?
Right. That's not a bad thing. So, I mean, in answering Kane's question, no, I wouldn't talk a friend out of that because if that's what she wants to do, then that's what she wants to do. If you want to be a working woman and bust your ass as hard as a man does, then fine. If you want to be somewhere in between, then fine. Do like Calissa said, does your fucking man have a brother? You know what I'm saying? Does he have a friend? Is your friend into people like me? You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna talk anybody out of what they want to do, but that's kind of just me. I'm an open book. No judgment. Like if that's what you want to do, I'm here for you. And if I'm your friend, I'm supporting you. I'm rooting you up. Let's find you a dude. Let's find you a dude, mama. There
are plenty. There's plenty that's looking for those roles. That's the thing.
But there's also a lot of dudes that know that this is a thing because of the manosphere, because of the red pill, because of all these Salt Bay fucking videos that are out there, right? So there's a lot of men that will play on this because a lot of like what we were talking about last week, where it's like, oh, I'm out of her league, or I'm out of this, or I just want to keep her for whatever reason. I want to have her, and I don't want anybody else to have her. So they'll paint this picture because they know that that's what she's going for, and then they drop the ball halfway through the relationship, and the girl's going, "Wait, what the?" Now, here's a great question on this aspect. Do you think the girl is wrong for sitting back and then going, okay, wait, hold up, because I thought we were coming into this as a certain thing, and now it's changed. Now it looks different. Do you think the girl is wrong?
It's transactional. I think a lot of that is transactional.
I literally had a conversation with a girl today that was like, yo, I stepped into this situation. He painted this huge picture, put me up in his mansion, bought me Fendi shoes, yada, yada, yada. And then, 6 months into it, and the affection's gone, the presents are gone, this is gone. And I'm still creating this home and this space for him. So what am I? No. And, I had to bring it down to emotional, but like, do you think
what does she fall in love with?
Right. What do you think the girl? Do you think the girl is wrong because like she was having hate from his family, cousins, all sorts of stuff, talking about that she was a gold digger, and it's like, no, this is what I expected when I walked in, and now it's changed.
Yeah, well, it's a
Yeah, if that's
transactional. I'm gonna,
something that
yeah.
he had, if that's something that he had presented to her and laid out and what it was going to be, yeah, I'd be a little upset about it too. You know, not to sound too materialistic or anything, but
Right, no,
if that's what I'm expecting and that's what was communicated to me, I'm gonna continue expecting that. And if something stops or changes, you know, abruptly or without kind of any communication during or afterwards and not able to reconnect and get to that same page or hey, you know, my bad, you know, I didn't mean for it to, you know, to be let go like this. Let me pick back up where I fell short. If that doesn't happen, I'd be okay with walking away from that
walking away.
situation because, you know, just like Knight said too, it's transactional, you know, give and take, and it wasn't what we had agreed upon in the beginning.
Okay, so we got 3 answers here. Kane's mighty quiet. Are you gonna play devil's advocate on this one, or what do you think? Because you think the girl? Because this is honestly a conversation that I had today with a client, and she's just like, "Am I wrong for this? Like, this is what I stepped into. I stepped into a mansion, and now everything's changed." Would you think the girl's wrong? dot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. No, but explain it.
Well, just like Knight said, what did she fall in love with? I mean, I think it's going to be situational, and without knowing like all the details, it's going to be hard to like choose one way or the other. But
Right.
from the details that you've explained, I mean, the emotion and the affection, I guess, that were there present at the beginning are no longer there, or have just like kind of died off. But doesn't sound like they lost the mansion. Doesn't sound like
No.
it's
Right.
it's still a very lavish lifestyle that she's engaging in. There's just now, from my perspective, a lot more opportunity to have time to yourself if that guy's got other situations, other problems. I don't know for certain why this gentleman's starting to behave this way. I mean, if he's cheating, or if he's losing affection, then it's bad on him. Have a conversation, be an adult, figure this
Right.
out. Don't string the girl along. But I mean, if it's just a temporary lull that
Mm-hmm.
wasn't communicated effectively enough, but things will soon pick back up, then I think she's kind of shitty for saying like, oh, well, for 2 weeks he wasn't himself. Like, well, in 2 weeks he'll be the same again. So
Well, and to give you a little context, it was like she's noticed a difference within a 6-month span, right? And everything's dropped off. The affection, the hugs, like he'll walk in the door and she can't even give him a hug. She's like, I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, sounds like there's something else.
yeah,
There's definitely something
Right.
more going on. Remember those?
Sounds like
Remember
there's
those
something
those
else.
those landmarks I talked about, the 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year landmarks. That's why these things happen. So she hit
Yeah.
the 6 months landmark, and she has to recognize what is this guy's love language, because it all boils down back to communication. How does he express himself? So at the beginning, he's like, "I'll do anything for you. I'll buy anything for you," and then his language is not translating the
It's
same way
not,
as it
yeah,
did.
the actions aren't
Yeah.
setting it in stone. And that's what I told her. I said the actions aren't setting it in stone. So you can honestly answer this question for yourself. Like, what is going on? And so maybe you need to sit and have a conversation, but like, without giving too much detail. And so there's stuff isn't out there. Like, but I mean, she's catching a lot of flack from even her own family for her being a gold digger. And I'm like, well, I don't really see you as a gold digger. You were presented with a situation. It was very clear and concise. You guys had a conversation. Things changed. So now you guys need to have another conversation. Okay.
You didn't
Well, it
manipulate
also
him to get this stuff. That's I
Well,
think
it
the
also
difference.
sounds like she's noticing a change in behavior in him too. So maybe
Mhm.
she brings that up and maybe he's a bit depressed or maybe there's something else going on that
Right.
he's
There's
just
life
not
stuff going
communicating.
on. Yeah. And that's what I
So,
told you too. Yeah. Okay. So that was a side tangent, but I just was wondering
yeah.
because this was a
Sounds
conversation
like you gave the good
today.
advice.
Yeah. This is a conversation that
so
came up
moving
today. So
along
I was
with
like,
this, going into something that happened a couple months ago. I don't know. Do we have any UFC fans here? I know I am.
yes.
All right.
Hi.
So, is
And
everybody familiar with the old heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez? Anyone
yeah,
kept up with him
Yes. Yep.
recently? All right. So, about 8 months ago, back in March, dude beat the shit out of another guy for molesting his 4-year-old son.
Yeah.
The problem
Okay.
with this
Moving
is
on.
that the fucker lived.
Oh.
All right, so he got the ass whooping of a lifetime from a
Yeah, that
very
sounds okay.
from a very
And
experienced
time.
and what
And
is
he
it?
lived. Yes. Yeah. Moving on.
Guys actually lived, all right, so
Right?
he got arrested, got put in jail. He made bail just this past week. Got let out after 8 months after assaulting the guy who molested his 4-year-old son. And
Wait. So Kane was in jail.
yes, yes. This is where it kind of like, I don't know if you guys are familiar, if you guys have heard this story too, but there was a man in Texas who found out that another person was molesting his young daughter, and
Ooh.
he went out, frontier justice, shot that motherfucker cold. Killed
Yeah.
him.
Okay.
Guy was dead, went to court, and the court said, hey, can't do anything. I mean, can't say that anybody else wouldn't have done the same thing. Have
Right.
no precedent to say, like, oh, this
How
was
time
wrong
from
or anything.
justice.
It's just, there was other ways to go about this, but it's happened, it's done, and the way the Texas courts looked at it was there was a pedophile off the streets, so they
Yeah.
didn't punish him, they didn't charge him, they didn't fine him, they released him on all charges. So,
Okay.
unfortunately for Cain Velasquez, this didn't happen in Texas, this happened in California, and like I said, the fucker lived. Which means that he's got rights and all this other shit. So
he would have been better off if he had killed him.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah. Oh yeah. Take him to Montana and off him in the woods somewhere.
In my opinion, yes, because then at the end of it, it's just like, yo, this motherfucker was molesting my son, and it's like, okay, that draws a community of support, for like as a parent, as a grieving parent, as a troubled parent. This was their
As a parent at all, if you have children, like I find it very hard pressed that you don't side with
If
the
Exactly.
yeah,
For me, I
no.
don't see anything wrong in this situation. I mean, I
No.
think the guy should really have just taken his licks, shut the fuck up, and the government and the law should have stayed out of it.
Yeah.
All right, as a lawyer.
Here's the deal. Have you guys seen Handmaid's Tale?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you guys in the new season?
No.
Yes.
No? Okay. Okay, you are? Okay, so in the new season, there's
Don't
this
spoil it.
section that is the no man's zone. I think there just needs to be a no man's zone. You know what I'm saying? For motherfuckers to learn to shut the fuck up. You're gonna get your ass beat. You might get skinned alive and find some torment if you do something to a loved one. Okay? Like, and it's just, there should be a Wild West section where shit just doesn't, the law doesn't.
It's called Texas.
And not to play devil's advocate for the opposition or anything, but the fuck were you expecting? Messing around with a trained fucking fighter
Well,
like this is
UFC fighter's child.
Well, maybe he didn't know. Maybe he thought it was Kane Marcos' alternative. Who knows? If I was a lawyer, right, I could defend this guy. I could say it. First of all, right, when it comes to
Cain Velasquez,
assault,
not Marcos.
assault, yeah, assault and battery.
I saw Kane's face. He's like, I didn't.
Wait,
it's
wait,
not
no.
me.
Oh no!
It's not me.
Are you
It's not
defending
me.
the defendant? Like,
Right? So in defense in California, because I understand there are a few things called jury nullification. Jury nullification comes from the prosecution sets out, this is the law, right?
Right.
And the judge gives jury instructions. You have to follow the law. The law says this, so you have to decide, if the facts merit that. The jury can decide that the law doesn't apply in this case, and it's called jury nullification. So they
Jury
can have the law. They can say, yes, technically he did this. Yes, technically it's assault and battery. But you know what? We don't care. And they can let the case go as a result.
Right. Yep.
In which they should, because nobody should harm a child.
Nope.
That's just disgusting.
Nope. Nope.
And the guy should have died.
but so
That's the only thing wrong with this case, is that the guy didn't die.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's drawing
Right.
a lot of backlash because a lot of people are saying, who is anybody, especially like hearing us talk about it, who are we to decide what should have happened with this individual's life?
With someone's life, because a child.
It's called a jury. It's called a jury.
There's more than one person. There's children involved. Children are not mentally capable of even. Go ahead, Kane.
And now I'm just curious because he said it's called a jury. And I've had to serve jury duty before on multiple occasions. And I mean, everybody knows, like, if you're serving jury duty, you find out what the case is about. Even if it's, something that you're wildly in support of, you figure out a way to describe the situation where they're like, well, not going to ask this motherfucker, send him home so he doesn't have to serve jury duty. I know that happened during the jury selection for this case. Where the fuck do you find 12 or 10 childless, unsympathetic, unbiased
Motherfuckers.
people to listen to this? I mean, I don't know where you find anybody who's just like, hey, do you think a trained fighter should be able to beat the shit out of somebody? No, I'm violently against that. All right, cool. I need you for a jury selection.
Well, and they're not allowed to do that in the interview process. It's random. You know what I'm saying? So
well,
like
they can cut out. They can ask the things, and they can cut out certain jurors. So that's the point. Is like you get 20 people in a room, and you're like, I mean, that's not how it works. But you ask them, okay, do you believe this? Do you believe that? Do you believe this? Do you believe that? And eventually, you'll find somebody who's like, okay, I don't. Let's say I don't think what he did was right, but I should let the law handle it. That's probably as good as you're gonna get in this case.
Yeah.
But again, at the same time, I mean, it's like these 10 people have to sit there and hear all of these details and everything and not be like...
Right. Gruesome details. It's not like it was like a walk in the park.
I believe there should have been riots in the street as soon as that dude went to jail. Like, you're putting him in jail? Like, you did what any sane parent
person. Yep.
But that's how many stories have come out from, in Hollywood about that? What's the one with Samuel L. Jackson? What's the name of that one? Not Clear and Present Danger. When he busts out his damn right, they should have died.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just can't think of the name. But yeah, no, I mean, like, there just isn't. I don't know.
All right, but let's take into consideration the state where it happened as well, though.
Oh yeah, that place.
Had it have happened?
That's the problem. Like, as soon as you said Cali, everybody's face went screwy. Everyone's face went screwy.
Yeah. Had it have happened somewhere else?
Only because the California legal system is, let's say, overly. No. It's overly, let's say, protective of all parties.
Shit. It's shit. It's shit. It's shit. It's motherfucking shit. Because I know freaking parents that go into child custody cases, which are should be cut and dry, okay? This child is being abused. This child is being hurt. This child is having issues, molestation, whatever. And there's proof. There's restraining orders in place. And a motherfucker still gets rights to his kid without any kind of, I don't know, supervision, visitations, that kind of thing. And that's just on a freaking child custody case.
Yeah, but all over the states that's bad. If you think that's bad, Florida. If you have a child out of wedlock, the male is not considered a father. You have to prove paternity in order to get rights in Florida. So the whole system is screwed up.
The whole system's screwed. Yeah, because here's a tip, guys. If you ever don't want to claim your baby, you can move to Florida, file the case first, and then she has to prove paternity, even if you weren't living in that state before. Just, if you want to be shady.
Guys, don't be shady.
Wrap it up. Just wrap it up. That's all you gotta do. Just wrap it up.
So,
what's next?
Sorry to say, like we've said before, none of us are out in California, so none of us were the recipient of the $2.4 billion lottery jackpot that got won.
Huh? What?
Yo, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm fucking pissed. Okay.
With 2.1?
I didn't even get one of the high-paying tickets or anything. I'm not greedy. I could make off with
like give me 100,000. I'm fine.
1 million. I'll pay everything off and I'm good. But,
that billionaire just needs to go ahead and give a little chunk of change to everybody that bought a ticket, because that's why you won, boo-boo.
No, he did. He had to give back to the IRS.
Yeah, so that's crazy. So it's like $2.4 billion is the jackpot, but he's only going to see $987 million of it.
Oh, is that all?
Oh, it? That's all.
Poor guy.
Oh God, poor him.
Yeah.
And 987 is a large sum of money. You know, like I'm not saying like but at the same time you have to look at the lottery system and be like, wait, what the fuck?
Right? What?
How do we go from like, oh, you
But
could
I
win
just-
20K to 2 billion?
Yeah. So if that guy just happens to be watching our show tonight, just know I'm okay with being a trad wife. I'm all for it.
He can have as many as he wants. That's the thing.
I
okay
wouldn't
with
even
it.
care as long as my bills are taken care of. and
Right,
everything's
like
good.
go ahead, do you, boo
Yeah.
boo? Do
Yeah,
you? Do you?
that's fine.
Do you? Put me up in the house. Take care of my bills. We good.
I'll
Look,
clean
I
it.
paid for a lottery ticket. You need to break me off something, all right?
Yeah.
Look at you, vultures.
Yo, I'm just gonna say this, you know, like I'm a, you know, straight as an arrow, heterosexual male, love ladies and everything, but $2.4 billion, I mean, if he's of the other persuasion, I mean,
I'd be gay for a night, boo boo. I'd be gay for a night. You into gay
What's
shit?
that film? What's that film where he offered 1 million for the night? You remember that?
proposal?
Was
Oh
a
my
proposal?
God,
Yeah,
yes,
there you go.
yes, the proposal, yeah. We're
Yeah.
in Vegas where he's offering like $1 million for the fucking night with his wife.
I wouldn't
Shit.
bottom for $2 billion, but I mean,
Okay, wait.
I'd
Here's
top
a,
for $2 billion. I mean,
yeah, wait. Here's a really good question for both of the guys here. Okay, for both the guys. I know I'm not as close to two, but I just real question. This is because he brought up the freaking movie. Okay, if you have a wife and some billionaire in Vegas is like
Yes.
one night,
Yes.
one night I pay you a cool
Yes.
million. One night with your wife, you don't get
Yes.
to be there. That's
Yes.
we got the answer from Night. What'd you say?
You didn't even have to finish. Yes.
He's like, yes. All my bills are paid. Yes.
I don't think I share for anything less than 2.5.
2.5. It'd have to be
You
$2.5
greedy mother-
million for somebody to. Oh, so someone's gonna hand you a cool million in your hand, and you're gonna be like, nah, man. If you can do 2.5 for my chick,
Yo,
We
I
good.
think your wife would smack you across the head.
Fuck you guys.
Right?
No, it ain't being greedy. It's being smart. I already know I got a product he wants. Now we're trying to settle the price.
Come on
and now
now.
we're just setting a price. And I'm being a pimp. I'm being a motherfucking pimp.
You've shown your hand. You've shown interest to the tune of $1 million.
But
Now, at this
for that
point,
much, that interest is very thin. Come on now.
Right, the interest is like if he's offering you a cool meal, or you walk away.
If he's
And
asking,
mind you,
if he's asking,
if your wife is
Wait,
I mean, all
1 second.
I'm gonna say is I've done some sketchy shit for far less, so I'm on it. So yes.
I'm like $1 million? Fuck yeah, let's do this. What we
Oh,
doing,
man.
baby?
if your wife is
I'll
Emma
start with
Stone,
this.
I could understand the negotiation, right? But if your wife is
Right.
Jane McIntyre, come on.
hey, for whatever reason, I got approached with a proposal, and it's just like 2.5, and if he was willing to drop $1 million right there, 2.5 is going to be a drop in the bucket. He'd probably be like, all right, cool, let's draw this up. And I was like, all right, so
And you're gonna negotiate yourself into
did you ask me what I would do, or did you ask me if I, what the fuck, what's going on here? You asked me if I would, I said no. I said I set the bar where I would be at. Okay, cool. So I mean, if you're a millionaire on a budget, go hit up Knight. If you got some
All right.
butter, come hit up Kane. Like,
All right. So I got another question then for you, Kane. All right. So let's say he's like, I ain't negotiating. It's $1 million, not 1.5, not 2.5, nothing. $1 million, one night. That's all I'm asking for. And like,
One night, that's all
would you
he-
still walk away? Would you still walk away, or would you do the deal?
well, for $1 million, that gets you missionary with the rubber, no kissing and no BJ.
Oh, this guy.
I love it. He's like, I'm gonna negotiate. Hold up. It's $1 million. I'm gonna negotiate.
Yo, for
I will
1.2
say-
yo, for 1.2, you can turn the lights on, motherfucker. Like,
Oh my goodness.
You can see what
Hold
you're
on.
getting.
Salute. So I've known Kane a very long time. We went to school together and everything. And I'm just gonna say this: he's a lying motherfucker. He'd be the first one in line for that $1 million.
Depends on which wife we're talking about.
He's like the ex-wife. You can have her for $2. You can have her for $200.
He didn't get any. The first wife, he didn't get anything.
She was out just. I mean, I would have loved if she was blowing a millionaire. Nah, she was blowing crackheads.
Shit! God damn!
I knew wife wife 1 and wife 2. Trust me, wife 2 would have been in on it too. She'd be like, okay,
oh damn!
calling you and cursing you up and calling you every which way, sideways and everything if you didn't take him up on that offer.
$1 million? $1 million, Kane?
$1 million get you nowadays. Like $1 million isn't worth the turmoil of like every time you look at your partner, seeing like, yeah, I know what you did.
Because you got it sold for $1 million.
You look at your bank account and be like, yeah.
Right, like you're looking at $1 million.
Yeah, how much of that really are you going to spend on therapy?
Well,
Come on.
that's why I didn't win the fucking lottery
Because you don't want to get offered money. Well, but then if you won the lottery, you could offer women money that were wives to somebody else and just be like, hey, look, I want to sleep with your wife for like a cool $200,000, okay?
Oh, we got a comment that says, always look at the bigger picture. Sky bus.
You asked me, I said it. No,
But no, but I love it. I love it. We're here for. I'm here for. I ain't judging. I'm just sitting here going, wait, for a fucking $1 million, you wouldn't do. So, but no, I love it. I love that there's some. There's a moral compass here on SafeWord, and we will not take $1 million. No, we will not. It needs to be 2.5. Okay. We will not sell ourselves for less.
Right,
I'm sorry, that was a sidetrack. My bad.
All right, I don't know if you guys have heard. For all of you college students watching, hopefully you guys are looking out to the rollout of Tinder's newest application that they're putting out, specifically for college students, called Tinder Uni, to help all of you college co-eds find love.
Yes, love.
How do I join?
I saw that.
How do I look for college co-eds?
It's still gonna be their 50-year-old professors on there.
Wait, salute. Why is Knight creepy in the corner? Just, yes, college co-eds. Yes, come to me. He didn't hear the rest of the story. I'm gonna need you to repeat.
So here's the thing: it's like as much as I know about college co-eds, they ain't looking at fucking each other as much as they're looking at just venturing and having fun. So
yeah, experience.
Do I think the necessity of a university Tinder account is necessary? No, Tinder's doing just fine enough as it is. I mean,
no. Look, how are you going to get somebody to buy your books?
What?
What?
Okay, real talk though for a second. This isn't any different. It really, 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 really fucking isn't any different than Facebook when it first opened. Because here's the deal, Facebook was restricted to college students only. You had to have a college ID and be registered through a college campus to get on Facebook. It was only for college kids. So, I mean, this is just...
Yeah, but it's not going to be run by a nerdy alien.
But it doesn't matter. Like, you were matched up. Like, I can tell you, like, when Facebook opened and I was in college, like, I fucking met people that weren't in my college that were fucking mad cool. Like, you met people that were, the algorithms were right. They just were. You met people.
And now you can swipe.
Right. Now you can just be like, look, I'm glad that, yeah, we both into art. You know what I'm saying? It makes it easier.
UFC, no. Gators, no.
Right. You won't take 2.5 million? Only $1 million? Nope. Yeah, you can just swipe them off.
All right, so now getting into the more controversial subjects. All right,
Uh-oh.
I got three humdingers for you guys, and I really want to get you
Ooh,
guys'
I like
honest opinion
humdingers.
on this. All right, so something very near and dear to me. You guys familiar with the old actor by the name of Warren Beatty?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old Dick Tracy, Bonnie and Clyde, you know, all of
Yeah.
those. I mean,
Love
he's
him.
been famous for a really long time. You know, he's up there. He's up there in his age. He's in his 80s, and
I was gonna
he's recently caught some gruff online, and you know, getting into some legal trouble because there is a 64-year-old woman. Keep all these numbers in mind, right? Warren Beatty's 80. 64-year-old woman is saying that when she was 14, so 50 years ago, Warren Beatty was making unwanted sexual advancements towards her.
Huh?
60 years ago?
50.
Wait,
50 years. Doesn't matter.
but that's like
I,
it's like in the
73.
It's like
yeah, in the
73.
70s. Yeah, in the 70s.
Oh, is it hippie time? Oh, come on.
Yeah. Oh, everybody was hitting on each other. Drugs, sex, and rock and roll. Thank you very much. Okay, great.
Well,
Wonderful.
I have to say,
Did he?
but if you look at
What-
Warren Beatty
what?
back in the 70s, everybody was fucking Warren Beatty. Warren Beatty
Right.
was groomed.
Well, and everyone was trying to get into his pants. It was a
Warren
different time.
Beatty.
It was a different time, and that's the thing. Like they can't. This is something that's driving me nuts about all these women coming out. Like with, I understand Bill Cosby did his thing and it was fucking fucked up. R. Kelly did his thing and it was fucking fucked up. But why did you not come out when it happened? Why are you coming back 25 years later, 60 years later, and going, "Oh, somebody
And here, okay,
made an advancement"?
And here's the devil's advocate that I want to play in this is it would be one thing if like in the 80s or the 90s she said something and it got buried and then she's bringing it back up now.
Right. Yes.
You know, but
yes.
no, this is the initial disclosure. This is like the initial accusation saying that
This is
50 years
you.
ago
This is
this
you
happened.
being hit on. This is you being hit on and trying to get a payday for it.
But she's like what 60 something now, 70 something now. That don't make sense. Like
It
even
does.
if let's say even if
You ain't coming
leg-
through, you ain't getting your paychecks. Where you gonna get it from?
no, even if legitimately back in 1973 you had an experience that traumatized you, okay? You
Mhm.
went and did something happened to you in 1973 that traumatized you, and like I said, I don't want to take away your experience or whatever. If it happened, and now in 2022, you want to bring allegations for what purpose? Why are you bringing this out to the public in the open? Like you can say, hey, look, I want to file a charge or something like this. I want therapy because statute of limitations is long gone. So there's no legal ramification that you could have.
Salute. So, thanks to psychology, there's now this thing called delayed trauma. And so that is what is kind of kicking the statute of limitations in the ass.
Delayed trauma has.
Whether you agree with it or not, it's something that exists and actually has merit behind it and is proven where trauma can sometimes resurface, you know, years and a certain
I'm not
PTSD.
saying that. Right,
and
PTSD.
I'm not saying that it's
It's
right. I'm not saying that it's acceptable. You know, especially in this case, you're looking at something that happened over 50 years ago. I'm sorry to say, but you know, even if this happened as horrifically and as traumatically as you claim it is, you've still managed to make it 50 fucking years. You know, without committing suicide, without being too emotionally distraught over it. And now, again, if there, some certain details can come out and say that she has been in therapy for the last 49 fucking years dealing with this. But those details aren't out and likely aren't to come out because it probably didn't fucking happen. All right? It really just comes down to, and what everybody's really viewing this as, your fucking retirement plan didn't pan out, did it?
right. Social Security got cut off. Here's the deal. In that situation, it's totally different. But there is a such thing as called, you know, a delayed trauma. It resurfaces. It resurfaces through your life, throughout your life. It never goes anywhere. Even when you think you've healed, you've gone through therapy, you've gone through the steps, you've taken the steps, you've worked through the process. Oh, I'm better. it's still not, because it's traumatic and something can trigger it. It can still come back up. But the thing is that when you've been dealing with a trauma, and this is somebody speaking from trauma, somebody that has been through trauma, when you have gone through those processes over years, at that point, you're either looking for a paycheck or a payback.
Yeah.
You're still angry. You have not healed, because if you've truly healed, you don't have a reason
don't
to
need it.
get back at your fucking attacker. You just don't. You don't. You don't.
Unless you're
I feel
trying
sorry
to
for you. I'm sorry
propagate
for
the
you.
message.
Right.
Mhm.
I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for whatever happened in your life. If you truly healed, I'm sorry for whatever happened in your life that made you do this to me. But you don't, like, you're not healed if you're either going back to hurt someone or you're going back for money, because you're not healed. There's just
Or
no
she
reason.
could be being manipulated. Like she could have a granddaughter that goes to one of those colleges that heard the story and then like, no, Nana, you have to tell him. You have to tell the world.
And here's the deal. She's still not healed, because I'm sorry, if a grandchild of mine, my own child, came to me and said, hey, Mom, I heard about this thing with this actor and blah, 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 and he touched you inappropriate. You need to go, because there's a lawsuit. I'd be like, baby, it's done. How long was that? We good. We're real good. Because all that does is drudge up all the traumatization and all the issues. So obviously you're not healed if you want to bring that shit back into your life. You took all this time to fucking heal from it.
And this is a precedent that just doesn't need to get open because, all right, we hear a lot about these young hot actors years later getting called into it, but you know what? There were a lot of hot Hollywood starlets that had their fair share. We're gonna call them out in front of the courts too.
Right. Well, and that's the thing, because there are a lot of women that have done the same things. They really have to younger,
Especially in Hollywood. Especially in Hollywood.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's the other thing. It's like shit like this happens all over the place all the time. And not to say that it doesn't, not to say that it's any less important, but as a society, we treat it as less than important because we make a big deal out of it when there's a celebrity name attached to it. But there's 20 other similar cases happening in the same fucking county that nobody's even batting an eye towards. Like, nobody would have even known that. And, oh, fuck. We're going to go down a rabbit hole. Try not to.
Let's do it.
Nobody would have fucking known that we had another American citizen tied up in the Russian legal system if Brittany Griner hadn't been over there. And now all of a sudden it's like, wait, there's another one over there.
Oh, that's the one guy.
Yeah.
Imagine how happy that son of a bitch was when he was just like, hey, Brittany Griner, the American basketball star, is also tied up over here, and they're trying to get her out. Like, get me. Yo, I'm here too.
Yeah,
Yo,
like,
yo,
I'm an American
I've been here
citizen
for
too.
2.5
Write me in
years.
on that
Nobody
shit.
gave a
Yep.
flying fuck.
Yep.
Government
Yep.
wouldn't do anything. News reporters weren't casting on it. They
Well-
weren't writing his name down on basketball courts, football stadiums,
I w-
talking about bring him back or anything like that. But now they're starting to look at this poor bastard like, we're kind of just focused on her right now. Like, if we can get you, we will, but she's the focus. And
No,
it's
I
like,
mean,
he's been over there for literally 2 years longer than her.
Like I said, I've been through trauma. I've been through a case court. I've been through my attacker being let free because nobody was willing to stand up to him. Okay? Let free. But at the same time, there was a freaking celebrity superstar freaking thing. It was the same freaking situation. But because it was a celebrity, and it was that guy's first attempt too. It was his first time. The guy that did what he did to me and 2 other women, it was his first time, but he got released. Okay? This woman, it was his first time. He's never had any other offenses, never been in jail for nothing else. He went to jail for 20 years because of her name.
Her lawyer.
And there was 11 women in my case. 11 women. I was one of the 11 women that this happened to.
That lawyer dropped the ball. Yeah.
So
That
I
attorney
mean,
dropped the ball.
our justice system is screwy.
All right, well,
Yeah.
sorry to bring that up, Aurora. I apologize.
No, not at all. No, I appreciate talking about this because it does need to be brought to the forefront. Like, seriously, it does. It needs to be brought out there that, like, you know, justice isn't really justice if you're not doing justice for all.
Facts.
Who knows what this woman wants? And at this point, like, you know, we have to play an even field. He could be Warren Beatty. He could be somebody else, random Joe Schmo. I would feel the same.
Yeah, literally.
Just a long goddamn time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Even if it's re-trauma. Look, I have you know, trauma from the Air Force. Do I get to sue them?
Right. Right.
I can only say the trauma
like,
you got.
There used to be a saying, like with trauma victims and stuff, like they would have the interview happen the night of because they don't want you to lose details, right? They don't want you to lose details of the situation, blah, 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 blah. And it's like now it's like, okay, well, 60 years later, I can come back to the scene and I think something was slipped in my. You can say whatever the hell you want. Like it's not fair.
The memory is complete. You have a completely different.
Right, yeah. And like I'm sorry, I'm old, and my memories from yesterday are fleeting.
It's
like,
not even that. It's like it's a thing like the Mandela
effect. Yeah.
You know, like did Curious George have a tail? Did the Monopoly guy have a monocle? Like you gotta.
Right.
Well,
little key details get lost.
And to kind of bring this back to the subject, you know, on Warren Beatty's behalf. Like I said, Warren Beatty was a very attractive man, you know, throughout the 60s, 70s, 80s, all the way up into the 90s, until he started, you know, aging a little bit more. But he was still a very sought after, you know, bachelor type person of that time.
Yep.
So I'd be willing to bet that, unfortunately, with this accusation coming forward, that more. There's going to be more.
Yeah.
There's absolutely going to be more. Without
there always is.
From even longer back, probably.
Actors and actresses to come in and be like, he did it to me too. We were in this club because it's already been proven. So it's just like one side or the other, which way they need it to sway. They're going to hire actors for one side or the other to say
and
that
this is
disgusting
that they do that. That is disgusting that they do that.
Yeah. This is why people like Keanu doesn't touch fans when he takes pictures.
Well,
this is why he explained that's why.
Right, and that's the thing. It's like there's a catch-22. Yes, you can get convicted, you can get off because you're a star, right? But then you can also get the hammer dropped on you, like big time, big time.
Okay, but I hate to. So let's take this from a different perspective, real quick. All right. So
okay,
you have all of these actors. Right, like all of a sudden getting drugged through the woodworks and everything. Like you did this, you did that, and everything else. Now, I can think of another group of people who, in the same history, the same time frame, were even more, just fucking filthy with sex, drugs, and everything else. But you don't hear them getting drugged into courthouses with, you know, multiple accusations of rape, of, you know,
not as much.
But when was the last time you heard of Metallica, Slipknot?
Well, Marilyn Manson's on trial.
Marilyn Manson, yeah.
Right now.
Right, so Marilyn Manson with very recent accusations and
but from back in the day.
Yeah, but from back in the day.
There've been a few. There've been a few.
You're telling me nobody is sitting there saying that, like, Sting.
The lead of Guns N' Roses went through this shit. The guy that had the reality show, like there's been some stuff.
The thing is, groupies.
But like, can you honestly tell me of a court case that came up where, damn it, I'm losing all my fucking rockers right now. But
Whitesnake.
What's that? Fucking
ACDC.
Live Forever. He's like still doing coke all the way up until like his 90s.
Steve Tyler? No, he stopped doing.
No, not Steve Tyler.
Not
Dude,
Steve Tyler.
His shit. I think he was
not Ozzy.
Jack Sparrow's dad in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Shit.
Gene Simmons.
Yeah. Okay. Kiss.
Okay, so Gene Simmons is the perfect example. You telling me all those years that he was a member and all the ass that, you know, like groupies and everybody.
No, but he did it smart. No, he's actually a really intelligent guy.
He really
he did it smart. He did it smart.
But and
He had contracts with
Warren G is
everything.
an intelligent individual as well. So
Yeah, but no, but Gene's he's a business guy. Like he NDAs.
Before you
He's
stepped
legit.
into the bedroom, you had 16 pages to sign.
Yeah, yeah. He did it smart.
but I mean, in this
Like
in this
he didn't get 14-year-olds drunk at the concert kind of thing. No, he was smart about it.
All right.
But-
So moving on, we got the Soccer World Cup is being held in Keith Richardson. Thank you, Roy.
Ah!
Richardson.
Keith Richardson.
Not
All
saying
right.
Keith Richardson.
Yes.
You can't tell me that motherfucker didn't spike a drink. You can't tell me that dude didn't have like 10 groupies that might not have been completely coherent for the events of one fateful night back in the 80s that aren't sitting there going, huh?
Yeah, but the thing is, rocker chicks don't care.
No, rocker chicks know what's up. They understand their fucking groupies. I'm getting on the motherfucking bus, bitch. I'm getting on the bus.
We're not talking about like, yo, you can't sit there and say, like, oh, George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Antonio Banderas, like, touch me inappropriately, blah blah blah, and like that's
These chicks, they fall in love. They romanticize. Oh, he's my husband. The rocker chicks just think they
The
know.
whole thing, dude. Like, I have met so many chicks that like are in love with The Weeknd, got the tattoo, and you ain't even never shook the motherfucker's hand. Like, what? Like, wait, what? No, like he goes with me, like he's my man. And these are girls that are like 30s. And I'm just like, what? You're staying in an apartment with your child. What do you mean?
Yo,
Oh, but he writes to me.
Shit about it is though is that older women that have fucked with rockers back in the day are damn proud of it too, and they're just
Right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Like that wasn't the only thing that got hard that night. Hey, grandma.
Yep. It's a badge of honor. It ain't fucking nothing. Yes, I got on the bus and I got off. Mm-hmm.
Like,
And I lived to tell the story. Thank you.
How was there not a line 100,000 strong sitting out there saying, "Yo, some shit happened at Woodstock that I wasn't cool with."
Right. Well, I mean, and that's just kind of, I hate to say it, but that's just kind of where our society is going. Everything's snowflakes, candy drops, and lollipops. Like, you say your clothes ain't cute. I'm offended. I'm offended. I need a lock.
You're
where's my
shaming.
lawyer?
You're
Where's my
shaming and
fucking
you're
lawyer?
a phobist.
This shirt is cute, bitch. Yeah, like
You're a
it's
phobist.
a hot mess. It's a hot mess. You can't say shit no more.
Yeah.
Everybody gets their feelings hurt, and feelings matter.
They don't.
No.
Feelings matter. No, feelings matter, guys. I hate to tell you guys this. Like, I know that there's a whole movement for feelings and feelings matter, but nobody's gonna jump on that. Like, no,
However,
more than ourselves.
SafeWord is a safe space. for you to-
No, I mean we care, but I'm just saying there's a small select handful of people that care about other people. I mean, really, honestly, when you get down to the brass tacks of it, people say they care, but they don't. They just don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
All right,
Agenda.
So, moving on, the Soccer World Cup is being held in Qatar this year. If those of you who are unfamiliar, the region of Qatar is set in the Middle East, where they have very, I guess, archaic would be the best way to put this. They have very archaic understandings of the law.
Strict.
So, and they follow it to a fucking T. So, to their credit, I mean, when the law is the law, it is the fucking law. And
Yeah.
The Soccer World Cup. I mean, as much as Americans like to think that football is the best sport in the world, it's not. In fact, football is the best sport in the world with the most fans and everything else. And so,
Wait.
Nice not cheering.
He didn't say it. That you're using the wrong terminology. Although it may not be the best sport, it's the most popular. Okay.
did I say best?
As he got his
said
British
best.
proper on. He's
I
British
think I was thinking
proper.
like biggest.
Okay.
All right. With the most fans, it is the most popular sport. So
Yes.
soccer is, per capita, just across the world, a bigger sport than American football. In fact, despite having games in London and now in Germany, football is really classified as like a very what do you call it?
Niche.
not so much niche. Like a lot of people don't see American football as a manly sport.
Yeah.
What? Huh?
Due to
No,
all
they
the
really
rules,
don't. They
regulations,
don't.
and everything else, like a lot of people
What?
don't see rugby.
Rugby,
is
lacrosse is seen as more of a manly
Oh, I know what
sport,
you're
and you
talking
can
about.
take some
Yeah,
stuff
I used to coach. I
outside
used
of
to coach.
football. Football's
Yeah,
like, you know, you
I
got
used to
pads
coach.
on.
I used to coach football in Poland, and some of the people were like, "Oh, it's not a men's sport. Look at all the equipment you have to wear." I'm like, "Yeah, because they hit harder. Shut your face."
Yeah,
Fuck no,
yeah.
have you
I
ever
I had to
played
seen
set
the
it
lacrosse
straight.
in
rugby
college.
players hit?
I was
Dude,
like, I had to. Yeah,
that
I had to
shit
fight
is
that.
intense. Like,
Rugby
Yeah.
is no joke.
yeah, like I played rugby and then I quit rugby. I said, "Fuck this!" Like,
Yeah, but
I played
you're not
lacrosse
gonna
and
go
didn't
full
understand
bore.
it. They just told me to tackle the big
no,
bitch in
hell
the
no,
center.
those guys go full
You're
bore.
short. Tackle the big bitch in the center. Okay. I'm running with my stick. Don't hit her with the stick. Okay. Put my stick down. Tackle her ass. Okay.
Yo, I watched a rugby player straight up get hit, get up, pull his tooth out, and keep running. Like that is a
Right.
fucking man.
Right. That
sport.
shit's
Like,
fucking
rugby is-
bananas.
Yo,
Okay,
you-
but
Bananas.
those are the Australians and the New Zealands. Those guys are just
All
insane.
Blacks, man. Those guys are. Those
That's
guys are-
them. That's a different breed.
Them's the shit. All right. So, the Soccer World Cup's being held in Qatar. They draw a lot of fans. They've got billions of fans across the world, right? Biggest sporting events, just in the world. I can't say that enough. But it's being held in Qatar, which is in the Middle East, and like I said, they practice a very archaic form of law, and so they've decided to put out a disclaimer saying, if you are a member of the LGBTQ community, your lifestyle is not going to be tolerated here. They've put out a couple of guidances saying, you know, like if you're not going to necessarily be singled out, but at the same time, if you're being overly affectionate or, you know, engaging in personal displays of affection out in the city, they do have what Western society would call morality police that go around and look for violations of their biblical law. And if they find you in contempt of that, I mean, they are judge, jury, and executioner in those matters.
You can't. I mean, as much as we want to be like, you know, let people be, you can't fault. That's their society, and it's not. The thing is, they're not singling out specifically, right? Generally, it's frowned upon to have PDA because I was in Dubai, and it's just generally the husband can't act a certain way in public well with his wife. It just so there's a lot of there's a lot of things. So you can't say, oh, they're signaling out a particular community. They're trying to say, look, leave the baggage at home, dress normal, act not outside of a particular bubble, and you're cool. Otherwise, you get locked up and never see you again.
Well, that's the thing. That's their rules, laws, and regulations. You're going to the sporting event if you're traveling there, and you just have to be respectful of their laws and regulations. So, I mean, there's not much you can do about that, and unless you come to an event like that, in America, and you want to bitch and cry, then you'll get your way. But it's you just have to go along with it. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself in one of their holding cells. So.
And
You just gotta do it.
This is the thing: is it's not a holding cell. The Middle East still
A hole in the ground.
very much to this day, freely practices and executes people.
Oh shit.
So I don't know.
Yeah, no, they flog. They still do the because they following their Quranical text.
Yeah.
So the punishments that are laid out in the Quran, some are
They're
like
currently in a
adhere to that.
because there was a woman who didn't want to wear her headgear properly, and she was arrested, and a lot of women rose up and decided to protest her arrest and later her execution by not wearing their headwear either. And now they're trying to figure out, well, do we behead 14,000 women? Because that's what they've got in the holding cells right now.
Well, maybe they should figure it out. 'Cause,
Wait, there's 14,000 women in the holding cells in fucking where?
Iran.
Yeah, but what country?
Let me
Iran?
pull that up real fast.
Because that's what they're doing. Yeah, that's what they're dealing with Iran. There are protests even in Vienna about the laws in Iran when it comes to
the laws in
this-
Iran.
this-
That's crazy. So they just imprisoned all these women, and they're trying to figure out if they're freaking following through with their archaic texts.
Well, it's their interpretation of it. That's not the necessary.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the
It's their
thing.
interpretation of it.
And it's everybody's interpretation of a text. You know what I'm
Do
saying?
you want more fun? We were talking about Disneyland earlier, and the Taliban in Afghanistan have, let's say, reinforced the laws that now women can't go to amusement parks.
Amusement parks. Yep.
Seriously?
I saw that. I saw that.
Be serious?
You
Yep.
can't have fun. No fun for you.
Yep. If you got
You can't go to
a
amusement park.
if you got a V, there ain't no play for you, girl. You got to have one of these, not a one of these. One of these, not one of these.
I don't understand. So first, there's no music. Music is banned, right?
Right. Yep.
And now women can't go to amusement parks. They can't drive. Like, I don't understand how you're just like, yeah, this is cool.
There's so much there that's still backwards, and they need to adapt with the times.
Like,
Well-
if you want to see a model of misogyny run wild, that's the Taliban.
for freaking real. For
'Cause
freaking real.
there's no excuse. Come on. How are you going to religiously make an argument for? Come on.
Women can't go to amusement parks. Like then just restrict them from going to parks, the grocery store. I ain't getting your groceries then if I can't have fun. Like. Hey,
Yeah.
Katie, did you figure out what country that was in?
Right now it's coming up as Syria.
Syria. Okay, that's close enough.
It's
We'll
also
come back with the actual information, sometime during our break. I'm sure
That's
Kane will
also
just pop in and be
Syria.
like, it wasn't Syria, it was.
Well, but it's probably also Syria. There's a lot of countries playing the fool.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, but they are. The reason why I brought this up is because Americans, man, we can't help but just start shit where there doesn't need to be shit. So I have a feeling
So
that
you saying they
Yeah.
can't flash during the World Cup?
like I don't even know if they're gonna be able to do the body paint that they do for the World Cup,
Come on, man.
Yo.
and that that has been over like the last 12 years. been,
That's
like, one of the
huge.
better draws of the World Cup was seeing all of the
Well-
fans and how they portray their fandom.
That's FIFA's
Sorry.
fault. If they fell for the money to go to Qatar,
That's what I
that's
was
their
gonna say.
fault.
So that's the real thing is that Qatar decided to offer an exorbitant amount of money to host this event, and the soccer community decided to side with the money instead of their fandom. So
That's always FIFA. FIFA's like EA.
Well,
What a relationship.
November
They're so
26th.
toxic that they canceled their license, so there's no more FIFA for EA. That's how greedy these guys are.
Well, and so the World Cup is running from November 26th to December 16th. So how much you guys want to bet? Like by December 17th, there's a bunch of news about a bunch of detained LGBTQ members in Qatar.
Oh yeah.
slated
Oh yeah.
For possible execution, and and it's not just going to be Americans. So don't. think
No,
that,
it's-
we're just kind of pigeonholing this. I mean.
Americans ain't going to Qatar for soccer. Come on.
Well, a couple of them will, and I have a feeling that just with this warning that the Middle East has produced about like not necessarily tolerating the lifestyle too much, a lot of people for some reason people's reaction to this isn't like, oh, okay, I'll mind my P's and Q's. It's I'll fucking wish they would, and they're gonna head over
No.
there, and they're going to
Right.
fucking fight.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
no,
And it's gonna
no,
be
no,
worse
no.
than the Brittany Griner thing, where it's just like you got to do something about this. Like, do we?
But no, see, but there are places where people know you don't play. Like you don't play in North Korea.
That
You
used
don't
to be
play
Russia,
games in Russia.
motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody
But
knew
she
you
was
don't
over there.
play in
She,
Russia,
but
somebody
she was over there
said,
trying to make
"Fuck
money,
this,"
and she
because
she
they don't
legitimately
deal with it.
screwed up.
Yeah, she really
Like-
did. She really did. Like,
Okay, well, and by that rationale, I have to say that if you're gay and you decide to go and be overly gay in a place that doesn't tolerate it very much, like I hate to say it, like
She's
you're
a
asking for. You're not in
Bruh.
America. You're no
Bruh.
longer on American soil. You got to
I
adhere
hate
to
say
what
it,
the
but
rules
this-
are in that
this
country.
rings so fucking true in this situation, and I'm gonna call it right here. It's like
She's a female basketball player. Come on.
This is gonna be my humble opinion throughout SafeWord and everything else. I've said it before. It's on my profile. You don't go into the fucking woods if you're afraid of running into the wolf. So don't go to Qatar thinking that you're gonna be the, shining
The exception.
example of the
Established fucking person you are here. Yeah, no.
That's not gonna fly.
No, but
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Night, you're in another country. Would you ever go to? Okay, you travel a lot. Okay, Riga, Italy, Greece. Poland, fucking Germany. Would you ever go into one of those countries and then just go, fuck these rules, I'm from America?
Well, that's the benefit of Europe. Every country has a different thing. So you could go to Berlin and act one way, or you can go to
Yes, but
Hungary
you're gonna
and you
adhere to
can't
the
act
rules.
the same. But
You're gonna
but
adhere to the rules.
there's a lot of freedom, right? But I
Right.
wouldn't go like outside of Europe. Let's say to Georgia,
Right.
which I was in, and act the same way I would act in Europe. You can't do that.
Right.
You can't go to
Dubai.
Armenia,
Yeah.
and do the same thing. So Europe is one thing, and then on the outside, you can't do the same.
Well, it's the same thing as the U.S. You could go to a bunch of different states and act a bunch of different ways in a bunch of different states. But as soon as you leave this freaking country, you better know that it is
You
different.
can't act like an American. You cannot
Right.
act like
You don't
an
have those same rights. You just don't.
All right. So, last topic for the night that I wanted to bring to you guys. I'm going to try and wrap this up a little bit early. We're hitting that hour and a half mark here rather quickly. Just goes to show how much fun we have on this. But last thing I wanted to bring you guys tonight, and it's a little bit more of a peaceful subject that I think all of us are kind of in agreement with, before I even disclose this. But are you guys familiar with a Instagram influencer that goes by the name of Nikita Dragoon?
Does she have
Heard of the name,
big
yes.
boobs?
She's got over
Does she have
9
big
million
boobs?
followers. Does anybody
Yeah.
Okay, so she's got big
follow
boobs.
her?
I've heard of her. I've heard of her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Nikita Dragoon is a transgender influencer on Instagram. Okay.
Mhm.
She was born biologically male and is currently in transition.
Beautiful.
Has gotten everything done. Very, very, very beautiful woman.
Gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
I wanted to see if I could set this up so I could share a picture just so that way you guys could see.
She had big boobs. That's the question.
Yeah.
She's got
Yes.
nice
Yes.
boobs. She's
Yeah,
got very
nice, okay.
nice.
She's got a very nice.
Bolted
body.
on. Bolted on.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she hasn't gone through full transition, so I mean, she's still packing the rifle down south, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
And she just decided to get into it with some police.
Get into it like in a sexual manner.
No.
She decided to assault a police officer.
Oh, okay then.
So can you guys tell where this is going?
I actually know the story, and I think it's the silliest
then.
thing. It's the silliest thing.
Calista,
So
where
she
I
attacked
don't
this
think
officer.
it's that silly though.
Oh no, it gets silly.
Callista,
It
where
gets
do you think
silly.
this is going?
Yeah.
Transgender influencer getting into it with some police, which is gonna get you in jail.
An assault
Well,
charge,
yeah.
yes.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, and she threw water on him. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
what jail do you put them in?
In a male facility.
Right. That's what you would
Right.
think, right? Because that's a male.
Because legally on the
Because-
birth certificate it says.
And we haven't
Well,
had a
no,
sex
not
change,
only
but we're
that,
still a male.
Yeah, they still have a penis.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, even if Nikita was put into a female prison, there's a chance that Nikita could have been raped there as well. Because
absolutely.
women will rape.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
unfortunately.
Oh,
The
yeah.
thing is, she's hot,
And so,
regardless.
yeah,
Gorgeous.
exactly.
She's gorgeous.
With and I'm just kind of assuming that since the penis and everything's still there, that there's still sperm and everything going on as well. So you're working with a different dynamic where if that person ends up getting raped and getting the rapist pregnant, that's a whole nother issue altogether. So, but the unfortunate thing too is going into a male prison and it has the the body and the all the fun parts of a female. All the
I'm
fun parts of
sorry,
a
I can't.
female,
I'm sorry,
there's
like,
a
yeah.
chance to be raped there as well. So I mean, yeah, you have to go into a male prison just because you have a penis. But I hope that they're also keeping that person safe by keeping them in solitary confinement or something, you know?
It's prison, motherfucking shit. What'd you do? You a maximum, minimum, or fucking? Yeah, okay. Go with the general public, bitch. I'm sorry you got tits and didn't cut off your dick.
I hate
Like
to-
that's literally how prisons treat you. I'm sorry.
Oh no, not always, because my mom works in a correctional facility and has throughout all my life. There are special treatments
do
depending
make-
on the facility.
They do, yes.
They
They
do
do
separation.
make
make
special
exceptions.
accommodations for people who need,
But not
who
for
need
somebody
them.
that did shit to
Hold up.
police
Hold up.
officers.
Salute. All right, so let me give you guys the details really fast. She was transferred to a men's facility, and she requested transfer to a women's facility. And now this is where
That's
it
not
ended.
gonna
The judge said no.
Yeah,
Nope.
the judge said no, due to the fact that she was still packing male genitalia. So
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's actually because legally, she's still registered as a male.
As a male.
male.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, if you're in transitioning, you better be the most goddamn law-abiding citizen.
Yeah, no
because
shit.
There isn't really a place for you in either spot. So
Oh,
you're looking
yeah, I mean,
at a legal system that doesn't really give two shits
Doesn't
about-
care.
You know, it's still operating on the binary system and doesn't give a flying fuck. I mean, and then
Right.
you're gonna add something completely unique to the mix and expect Congress to convene and build a third facility for your ass overnight.
No,
And it's just
that's not gonna
Right.
happen.
No.
and when I say legally, I don't mean like there's a legal definition of male female. I mean legally, her registration, like there's a registration that she has that is still listed as male. Yeah, so she
Yeah.
has to legally change her registration, which she hasn't done and
well,
didn't
she
want to
can't
do.
legally change it until she legally changes.
gender.
Remember, you can't
Yeah.
re-register for a
yeah.
birth certificate until you've changed your gender.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of it's a mess.
Yeah.
So the judge pretty much was like, well, they should put you in a separate area. That's not me because I'm not the jail. So she's like, you're gonna have to talk to somebody else about that. I can't help
But
you.
then doesn't it come
It's
down
like the
to-
DMV.
it doesn't
Here,
come
go to
down
this
a
office. Here, go to
matter
this
of-
line. Here, go to this line.
It comes down to a matter of preferential treatment because I mean you can't make an exception this one time without all the legal ramifications later on down the line. So I kind of understand, and that's where everybody is demonizing the Miami police system and the jail structure there for not having contingencies set up for an instance like this. And I hate to say it, but Nikita Dragoon, I mean you've exploited a very real problem, but it's not gonna get fixed for you. I mean, unfortunately, you're
Not for you.
you're victim number one in this situation, and I hate to say it, but history as a guide, the first person that's got a problem seldom ever reaps benefit. I mean, it's always the second person that comes afterwards, where it's like, oh, we've seen this before, we know what to do. First person's gonna get the shit show. I mean, and just because you're a social media influencer, a lot of people tend to think that gives them some entitlement towards a better standing or better treatment, and it fucking doesn't.
Yeah, entitlement. Like, here's the thing, right? Because a lot of people are like, oh, how could they treat her like this? I'm like, this is not the first case, though. There are documented cases of trans people who have committed crimes who are in prison. It's not she's not the first one. She just happens to be the first
No.
one who's that hot.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Oh, and she's gonna get it too. Like,
All
I'm
right,
sorry,
so
it's
if you
prison.
I want to pull up a
more-
picture real quick because I don't know who this Nikita
Look at
person
her
is.
Instagram. Look at her Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Spicy.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has a photo where
Like her
she's wearing
mugshot's not good.
a very see-through top.
She was a model before this, so like
Yeah.
she's got a lot of pictures.
Yeah, for 1.2
hey.
million. Yeah. for
Yeah,
sure.
she's got a lot
would-
of pictures.
I would.
It's
I
pretty.
would.
She's pretty.
Yeah.
I would sell her for.
And I'm sorry if I'm in a male prison and I ain't seen Strange in a minute, and all I've seen is
Oh.
buttholes.
Yo, could you
Are you
imagine?
kidding?
Could you imagine you're sitting in prison and they're just like, "Hey, you're getting a cellmate," and you're just like, "God
Are
damn,
you
who's my cellmate gonna be?" And then
Bro.
Nikita Dragoon walks in, like, "Oh, right."
Hell yeah. Hell
Yo.
yeah.
Fuck parole.
It's
I'm
on.
I
not
would-
staying here.
Hold on. Salute. Sorry, my other hand's busy. um,
Oh, she's not masturbating because she doesn't do that.
All that work that she has gotten done, and she didn't get the penis taken off yet.
Right.
That's the
right.
thing.
I mean,
That's-
Gorgeous and like she still has everything intact.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
that's the thing. That it sounds like, based on her statement, that was a choice. Like the thing is, like, it seems like she wanted to keep certain, I want to say parts, but she wanted to keep certain parts of her life male for some reason. Like, so
Well,
the
that's her
registration
connection.
and
Yeah,
that.
that's
So
her
for some
connection.
She
reason,
shouldn't have thrown that cup of water on that officer.
Right. Then watch what you do
Yeah, you got to be the.
because you don't get a choice on where you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
yeah. But she's spicy. She's spicy.
Go ahead,
Yo,
Kane.
if I was in the
Oh yeah,
middle
I
of
got lost. I
transitioning-
got lost on her Instagram. Sorry. Go ahead.
If I was in the middle of transitioning, I would be making sure I stopped at every damn stop sign. Like, ain't trying
See,
to
but
Right.
but then again, that-
some shitty
it's
situation.
unfair. I'm gonna say this now. It's unfair. Yes, it is unfair. You have to walk on eggshells and you have to do certain things. It's unfair. I agree.
All right, so that's all that we got for you guys tonight. If you guys want any more, you guys are gonna have to join the Patreon. We are going to be revamping, revising, and bringing that back shortly after the break. So come next year, we are going to be offering that again. So for the rest of the crew, if you didn't know that, you know now. All right, so as of tonight, though, that is all that we have for tonight. Happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans out there, all of our service members. A big salute to all of you guys for all that you do. Keep fighting the good fight. Keep doing the damn thing. We need you guys, despite whatever hate and backlash you see throughout media, throughout the entirety of, broadcasting, programming, and everything else. Know that you are still 100% supported, loved, and needed by this country. So, with that being said, I am going to bid you all a fond adieu, and we will see you guys here shortly. Who knows when? Keep an eye on that social media. All right, that's it for tonight, guys. That's our Friday. It's still kind of early. Go out if you're a vet. Go out and reap the benefits.
Get a free
of the
meal.
Isn't it also like singles day or something like that?
Yeah. Free drink at the bars if you're a vet.
I'm heading to the
Also,
bars.
my Air Force buddies, it's not your fault, and you know it.
It fucking is. All right. So, thank you guys all for joining us tonight. We will catch you guys next time. Enjoy your guys' weekend, and remember, always remember your safe word. Good night, everybody.